Are we ready? Chris, you ready?
Yeah.
Mike, you ready?
I mean, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
You feel accomplished getting that last text out?
I mean, I didn't really get it out, but I saw the head nod and I knew that it was time to right and wrong.
Hey, I'll be over here trapping from my phone the same, so I ain't even tripping.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, so look, man, today I want to talk about something, and I'm interested to see how it's kind of going to flow. All right. I might get a little pushback. Y'all might be rocking with me, like I'm not sure. But yeah, I realized something. I realized that I've gotten soft, and I feel like I need to be harder. When I was young back in the day, like I used to really be like mentally like locked in. It's a lot of different things I used to do to like really test myself. Yeah. But I've gotten to a place of comfort, and I'm gonna have to get that grit, you know, that mental grit, that firmness back. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Ooh. All right, so check this out, y'all.
Can we give a shout out? Do we have a shoe cam? Because Jay's been stepping his shoe game up. Can I just get a Jay kiss real quick? And that's not for Jeremy. That's for Jordan. Can I? Where's your cam? There you
Where's
go.
That?
Yeah, that's the bottom of the shoe.
Can you twist your foot?
Like just this here.
Oh, there we go. That's it. Shout out to Jay jumping in the Jay community and just shutting stuff down. Because, bro, I don't know what happened. You can tell me randomly, but you just been splashing all over the streets, and I don't know what happened, but bro, you different now because you know you was a Chuck advocate for a long time.
I mean, not really.
You were.
No, I just felt when I was on stage, I just felt like I wanted to have something that just kept me flat and grounded because I was like locked in. Very simplistic, very minimalistic. So for years, I would speak with the all-white Chucks, but then I would travel with like the Ultra Boosts. Because I feel like those are the most comfortable shoes in the world. Those and the Yeezys.
Yeah.
But here recently, you know, I have been, being more diverse when it comes to my sneaker collection. And I just been getting me and Tracy some things that we can match with. You should have seen her fit the other day.
For real?
Oh my God. I had her put some ones on that she had like a camo coat with some, it was
Bro, when
bonkers.
that happens, can you just start? Oh,
bro, I be wanting to put it on my story, but she be like, no cameras, she be Kim Kardashian to me, bro. She be like, no cameras.
Kim
like,
Kardashian wants the camera, so she's somebody else.
Okay, you're right.
She Robbie.
She North.
She Robbie Kardashian.
She North.
She's definitely not
Robbie
Kardashian.
North is the one that says no cameras.
Oh, I don't watch him now.
Okay, but to the podcast, right?
Sorry.
So it's okay.
That's my random.
Yeah, random.
Shout out to shoes, though.
Yeah, appreciate you,
bro.
Likewise, bro. You got the patent leathers.
1 and 11.
Yeah,
here we go.
Yeah,
and I just got my feet.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, you just got your socks on.
I just got my feet.
I mean, are they
But they are Adidas socks.
Puma? Okay,
and he said Adidas are the most comfortable everything, so maybe they super comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah, my toes are done under here though. So
I'll tell you what you do have. You got that next level merch. Because I ain't got that hat.
I sure do.
I know I ain't got that hat. But Jeremy said that. Jeremy, what'd you say about your bloodline?
Oh, that blue. She just found that somewhere.
I borrowed this.
Huh. But Jeremy said she could keep it because it looked so good on her, didn't you?
Yeah.
So there's a tactic to stealing here.
So you trying to block my blessing?
You said what?
You trying to be like that lady?
Not as many.
Not as many.
And I wear the most hats on the show.
No, why are you blocking my blessing? Why you trying to block my blessing?
If there's a next level advocate for scalps. First of all, y'all, I ain't got no alopecia. I just want y'all thinking I don't want y'all thinking nothing wrong with me.
You just have male pattern baldness.
What did you just say?
It's called male pattern baldness.
What does that mean?
That means you have a male pattern bald head.
First of all, don't scientifically bald me ever again. Don't. I don't know what you did, but you made bald feel negative. I don't like the way you just did it.
Alopecia. Alopecia is a real thing. So you don't have alopecia, but you do have male pattern baldness. That's the thing. So
no, bro, Q, I'm about to light her up. You hear me? First of all, let me tell you what pattern you got. You got a pattern of saying too much. I need you to be quiet in the most undisrespectful way.
Oh my God. I can't tell you the truth.
That's the problem with men today. Trying to silence women.
Right.
Trying to silence women.
You know what I'm saying? What you gonna tell me next? To shut up and dribble? Because I'll be bowling.
You see the way he did that, y'all? That means no jump shot. That means no jump shot. If that's your go-to
I wasn't trying to hit my mic, for one.
That's what she said.
For two, let's get back to the...
Why would he do that?
Get him. He was doing good. But anyway, what are we talking about?
So look, man. All right. Y'all ready to get to some valuable content? Because y'all been acting silly for the past 2 minutes, man. I'm still working with them, y'all. To our faithful listeners and watchers, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Crystal, she fell for some of Mike's bait, but Mike's the one. It's okay. You're my guy. It's just the truth, though.
I need you to stop this.
You're my guy. You're my guy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, man, can I just say something?
No. Nope. Where's the content? Where's the value?
I wanted to shout out somebody special to you and to me.
Okay.
We just got to FaceTime her, but I feel like if I say what I'm gonna say, I feel like you're gonna turn into a negative.
Now, if you shout out her, I'll take it because she loved us and she watched every episode at least 6 times. So go ahead, give her a shout out real quick.
You're setting me up.
I'm not.
It's okay.
What you doing,
Mama? You FaceTimed us. I just want to send some love your way, and that's it. I was going to share my heart, but then I didn't want Sensitive Sammy to pop up on the scene somewhere around here. But Crystal,
shout out to Mom Dukes.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
I love you, Mama, Miss Moss. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
I see how you.
One of our faithful supporters on the podcast.
Showing our episode to everybody in the corporate space. Have you seen my son? I'm like, Mama, you got a meeting. Go into your meeting. She like, well, I'm the boss, Mike. So they can come look at. I'm like,
that's right.
Lord,
Facts.
Mama, that's.
Here go the content. Here go the rich value content.
That's my baby though.
So shout out to the homie, my homie Toby. This episode here was inspired by him. So he was staying at the crib a while back, and he was doing this. He was in town for this event. I think he was.
Why
doing
you talking with the sexy
Awards.
voice? Why you talking with the sexy voice, Jay? Can you speak up? Well, let the listeners hear you.
Was that the sexy voice?
Did you see him tone it down?
Oh my God.
Oh, look. Our sound man said, yeah, he
Was
heard
it
a little
really?
bit.
I was really just trying not to, because I'm so
Alright.
close to the mic.
Nah.
So I'm being cautious.
So
of
Toby
it.
was here.
Right. So he came in town for the BT Awards, right? And shout out to them. They was on stage doing their thing. So every morning we was working out, right? So one morning we were outside and he had me doing some, I ain't like it. Let me just say that, right? So I'm still pissed. I'm still
that
pissed.
was no description, by the way, y'all.
I'm still pissed at him. Because he had me do some weird stuff like outdoor by the pool. Like it was like a full body workout and you squatting and leaning on walls and push-ups and jumps and jumping in the air and lunges and it was just, I ain't like it, huh?
Is it hit?
It was, I wanted to hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
he had him doing burpees and wall sits.
Burpees and wall sets. Yeah. But it was
What
like.
you just say? Wall what?
Wall sets.
Wall sits.
Yes.
Huh?
That's when you got to kneel. Like
Sit.
wall sets. Like
Turn my volume down.
You got to.
What?
No, there's two different types. There's wall like sets or that you do on the wall, and then there's wall sits like
wall
squats.
SETS.
There's wall sets where you do sets of different things, like different reps
Wall
on the wall,
sets.
and then there's
Got
wall
it. We're clear.
sits, like wall squats.
No.
And
Yeah,
wall
there's
sets.
We're clear. You're sick.
No.
You're sick.
No. You remember my barber? Remember my barber off cam? You're not going to sit here and play me. I just choose to make sure my disses is on camera.
So peep game. So
Yeah.
we're sitting here, right? And we're working out. We're doing this workout. I'm thinking like, bruh, this is like really, really, really like strenuous. And then he was like, all right, let's run. So we running. And then mid-stride of running, I'm like, bruh, I hate running. He's like, me too. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Whew. Okay. Well,
right. I was just like, so I'm running. Now I got even more of an attitude because that sounds like next level.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I
Like-
should say. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I hate running, but that's why I do it. And it took me back to 2014
Mm-hmm.
when I first started running. No, 2013. Yeah, 2013. And I hate running. And I remember I said, I'm going to embrace the very thing that I hate doing because I know it's going to make me better. And so I began to run. It started with a half a mile, then it started with a mile a day, then it started with 3 miles. And I got the little Nike app and I really kind of started getting addicted, you know what I'm saying, to running. And so when when Toby was like, bro, I hate running. That's why I do it. It took me back to that place. And I'm thinking like, yo, I hated running too. And then that's why I embraced it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking like, man, at what part of my journey did I run from that intentional growth and just stick with the comfort? So this is probably a podcast when I'm talking about myself or telling myself, because there was a time when I was like, I would embrace the struggle. I would run to the struggle because I knew what the struggle would produce for me. But then it's like I got to a point where I began to embrace the comfort. You know what I'm saying? And so, for everybody it's different. Sometimes it's having that hard conversation. You ain't going to grow. If everybody just pats you on your head and says, good job, you ain't going to grow. Man, in fact, you're going to start getting soft. You're going to be weak. You're not going to be as strong. But when you do get challenged and you do stretch yourself, you know what I'm saying? And I won't share too much, but it's been a lot of different things that I've done over the years to really help myself be more disciplined, just to stretch myself and my mental bandwidth. You know, it was a time when I would fast, once or twice a week, like full fast, like all day, like only water, just to make sure I can keep my attitude so I wouldn't be, irritable or frustrated or quick to snap if I'm having a rough day because I haven't eaten. It was another level of grit I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking like, man, at what point of my journey did I get like soft? Did I get weak? Did I get comfortable?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So are there things you do, Chris, that makes you say, you know what? This is what I'm going to do because I don't like doing it, so I'm going to lean in and embrace it? Or can you guys identify sometimes?
Look, if we talking about on a scale of working out and being disciplined too with like just fitness in general, I mean, it's some things that I just do not like doing when it comes to like the lifting weights portion of the working out. And I know what I want is going to require lifting weights.
Oh, hold on. What you want,
yeah,
you know what's going to require that from you.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to do it.
I
tell people all the time, you do what you got to do, so one day you can do what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like you got to embrace some pain. You got to go through some things because you know you want that end result. But some people seek comfort
and they're like,
more than they seek that end result.
Good here. Yeah, no, like there's certain things for sure. You can't just do a bunch of cardio and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be ripped. I'm gonna be like, get these out. I'm gonna do like, you can't do that because there are certain, you have to carry a certain amount of weight in order to have a certain amount of growth. And that's just the fact of that. So with working out and actually within life too.
Right. This ain't, we're not talking, let me be clear, y'all. We are not talking about.
Don't get caught up on
just
analogy.
working out. Yeah, we're not just talking about working out here.
Because if we talk about that in a business, you got to carry a lot of weight. Heavy is a head that wears the crown.
Right.
Like you got to carry a lot of weight, but you also have a lot of responsibility. You reap a lot more rewards. So how much are you willing to carry?
Right.
In order to go to that next level?
Mike, what's some things you've been embracing that's painful, or you've been running from that's painful, or that you don't enjoy doing?
Moving.
To Atlanta?
Moving. So like
you're going to just disregard
it's like, yes, or no.
I don't want everybody doing my business, Jay, but yes.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
Oh, my bad, though. Well, you didn't have to say it. You could have just been like...
But you looked away after I didn't say it that made me feel like you needed the affirmation that we was on the same page. And yes, Jay, we're on the same page.
Oh, okay. Praise God.
Moving.
So now everybody knows
Atlanta?
that Mike's moving to Atlanta.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm excited.
That's so dope.
And we're going to do something so special together.
For real? Yes.
Yeah. I ain't going to talk about who you going to room with and all that.
Oh, well, that was my next question.
Dirty snitching. That's called dry snitching, folks. It's called dry snitching.
Not like dry questions, because I'm trying to figure it out.
We were talking about that last night. Did he tell you about it?
Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. This is all a setup. This is all a setup.
No. You went there. It's okay. My bad. I owe you an apology. I ain't mean to ruffle your feathers. So moving
is tough.
Then he calls it ruffling my feathers. You hear him? Like everything he does is, bro. It's all intentional. It's all intentional.
Give us the point, though. You was going to ask some value to the podcast. You're smarter than you act like you not. You are, Jay. And I see the brains behind the disrespect. Okay. All right.
Anyway, moving is very uncomfortable for me.
There we go.
All right. Jay, I don't know if you remember this, but you called me and gave me an opportunity to be a part of the Grace Tour. I think I had just started flying. And I was so hyped. And I was just like, dang. And I was like, all right, cool. And I said, Jay, if I'm going to be a part of this, I was like, I just started doing what I think is really going to be beneficial for me. Is there any way I could do both? And you was like, Mike, you was like, Mike, I really want you on the team, but if you on the team, I got to have you on completely. And I had to make a decision. I was like, Jay, at this time, man, I was like, I'm not ready to give up what I just invested in. And you was like, bro, I respect it, I was like, I'm gonna come show love when I can. You was like, bro, you always welcome, And of course, nothing's ever changed. We still been good. But the second time that an opportunity has been presented in terms of the speaking, in terms of everything, I always told, halfway through when I started flying, that conversation sat with me because you spoke to my purpose. And you know me, so you know what I'm supposed to do based off our conversation and based off you watching me, right? So you try to give me avenues in order to fulfill that. And at that time, I wasn't ready. And I always told myself, whenever Jeremy asks me again, I'm gonna be ready. So you don't even
did this a year ago.
You don't look. See,
you be in Atlanta right now, my boy.
See, you different. But look, but that's God's timing. You see what I'm saying? Like, and what I know for myself is that I always told myself that whenever Jay presents this opportunity, or whenever the opportunity presents itself, regardless of who it's with. I was in a speaker in academy when you started doing a speakers academy. Mm-hmm. And when I heard you had one, I was just like, well, this guy is good, but this is Jay. And I told myself, and I remember telling myself, they was like, well, what does Jay offer? I was like, I don't know, but it's Jeremy. Like, it's Jeremy. Like, if at least all he has to do is have something decent, and it'll be great for me because of who he is. Mm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So basically, I knew that this was going to be where I needed to be, but my job has been good to me, y'all. Like, this job has given me avenues to see the world, that has given me a type of peace that I can't explain, but I forgot the reason why I went into flying. Mm. I started out flying so that I could have avenues to speak in different places when I didn't have the resources to travel back and forth. People were paying me to speak before I started flying, but I wasn't getting the amount of money to make a living off of. They were like, hey, I can't afford to fly you out and pay you to speak. So they'll do one or the other. I was breaking even. I was like, I can't make a career out of this. I'm not making no money to pay my bills. Yes, I'm happy, but I'm not doing enough to. So I was like, I got to fly. Start flying and start traveling. I start getting caught up on the travel. I was like, oh, it's bringing me so much peace. But where's my purpose? I'm like, okay, so I'm mentoring kids. Okay, cool. But I'm voluntarily doing that. It's not bringing a revenue. I'm doing it off my heart. Jeremy brings up about the Speakers Academy. I was like, oh, now I can speak. Okay. And then you start telling me about different opportunities. I'm like, oh, shoot, it's starting to sound familiar. Mike, what you gonna do? You're gonna have to make a decision. In order for you to accept or say yes to Jay, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. The only thing that's standing in the way of what it is that God has called you to do is everything that you love doing at this moment. I have exceeded the level of where I'm supposed to be right now. Sorry to anybody that I work for in the flying committee. Yeah, y'all only got a little bit more time.
Level to it.
But I love y'all.
You are putting this out here in, bro.
You have to. I'm here to change, bro. I'm here to change. Like you just said that, bro. Like I've avoided this long enough. The reason why I've made a face, if anybody watching this, you can rewind back to the beginning of this episode when Jeremy started talking. If Q ever made some cuts on my face, y'all saw I was not liking what I was hearing. Y'all, we did not rehearse this episode.
No.
So when Jay starts talking, I already start feeling the discomfort of what I was feeling because I already know what God has already been putting on me. Jay's been on me for 6 years, bro. 6 years, bro. That's why when people, when I talk about Brian, bro, the reason why my heart breaks is because I was supposed to be there. And I've been blessed because of the love that y'all have had for me. Y'all have blessed to let me come around as I've been able to. But I've seen God take somebody who is ready, who's living on the next level. And I was double dutching with my purpose.
On the river, on the bank.
On the river, on the bank, bro. So now hearing this conversation, it's like, Mike, what's uncomfortable for you? First of all, everything. But the next phase, it's moving, man. It's time for me to go. I live in my favorite city in the whole world. But I know in order for me to go to the next level where I'm supposed to go, there is some discomfort that I need to get into. But I know where God is taking me. That's the thing about purpose. God shows you the finish line first. He shows you at least a glimpse of it. He's like, Mike, you're going to be able to do what it is that I've called you to do forever. But I'm not going to tell you the time in which it's going to happen. And I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to do it. But you got to move. Moving right now is my discomfort, bro.
Yikes.
I know, right?
Right. Because now, here's the thing. Like, you put it out there.
I know.
Oh, it's emotion at this point.
Jeremy get excited with stuff like this. I don't want that to be a segue either. Because I know you're gonna run up on me with this truth and you're gonna hold me accountable. But I don't want the episode to get caught on.
The viewers gonna hold you accountable too.
The
viewers gonna hold you accountable too.
Bruh, can you imagine in March and April? Hey, Mike, what city you in? Are you still in Chicago? Well, that's why I say you might want to stop because you put it out there.
But they said that's what Toby said. He said the reason why I do it is because I don't want to.
Yeah.
The reason why I say it is because I don't want to. My original deadline was my birthday. My original deadline was the end of the. Of course, I didn't tell you.
Definitely didn't tell
you. Missed the next level. I'm trying to work some stuff with myself first. Jay, I don't bring stuff to you until I'm already okay, good or bad. Because when stuff reaches Jay's plate, stuff changes. Stuff
see, I
changes
didn't know that.
immensely.
Like,
know what I'm
when,
saying?
when Q told me this summer, I'm like, you should have never gave me a date.
Oh.
You should just say in a couple of months. Now that I know this summer, I'm gonna hit Marcia later too. You think I'm playing? Our realtor. We finna find you a career. And I could have. You should be happy because I could have swagged away
You
and
didn't,
passed the
but
rock,
you didn't.
but I didn't.
Yeah, thank you.
I really want to.
I see you trying,
but I'm not.
I can't tell right now.
I think it could work though.
I see you doing the in and out, and it
think
looks
it
like
could
you want to
work.
do the AI. Like, just don't let it touch that left hand.
I think it could work.
Yep, cool. The in and out's working right now. So in and out. There you go. There you go.
You know.
There you go.
Don't shame got me. Don't you? Okay.
Yeah, no. I think it could work. You think it could work?
What's happening right now? Like what? Like
I said,
at every next level.
didn't say
Take a break
anything.
right here. This is a monumental part of our podcast.
I didn't see anything.
This happens every episode, and if y'all miss this,
Wait. That's a good point. I need to bring up. I didn't mention. If we talk about Toby was like, bruh, I hate doing it.
Yeah.
This is why I gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
Mike, you like, bruh, I know I need to make this move, but I don't want to make this move.
Facts.
Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm
just waiting. Look, I'm just waiting
You're
for
seeing
that.
how
I
it's
hate
coming
feels
together.
the potential of what
I'm
you're
just,
doing.
yeah.
Right.
I feel like it's something coming. So come on.
It's like, but Toby knows in order for him to be fit, he's like, I hate running, right? Tell Tracy I can hear her. Toby's like, I hate running, but I know if I'm going to be on tour, like he's doing Chicago, LA,
His breath
Atlanta,
control has to
Houston,
be.
huh?
Yeah, he needs to make
listen
sure.
to me. And I was at the first conference in Atlanta.
Because he lit.
The first conference in Atlanta, like he was going crazy.
Yes.
And he was like, yo, all the running I was doing, I didn't anticipate the Atlanta energy. Like Atlanta was bonkers. But he knew I hate running, but in order for me to perform, in order for me to have the stamina, in order for me to go to the next level, in order for me to serve, in order for me to be my best version, I got to embrace this. Mike is like, man, I love where I live. But I know in order for me to go to the next level, in order for me to, to serve, in order for me to do what I'm supposed to do to get to that next level, like I gotta be willing to move. Yeah. So you're saying, man, I want to go from seeing the world to touching the world. And that's a difference. It's a difference in you saying, man, I want to travel and see it, to saying now I want to change it.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of something bigger to make that impact.
Wow.
And so, yeah. And I'm excited, and I ain't going to push.
Yeah, you are. Shut up.
Yeah. It sounded good. I'm going to push.
you going to hold me accountable.
I'm going to hold you accountable. Right. And I still think it could work, but I ain't tripping on that.
You still think what could work? What you talking about?
Why would you? If you knew, why would you do?
If you knew.
That's a good hook. So here's my thing, right? So to our listeners that's tapped in with us, like you got to ask yourself, what is it that your spouse has been asking you to do, right? What is it that your parents, what is it that your institution, what is it that your company you work for, what is it that your employees, like what is it that God is calling you to do that you don't want to do, that you know is necessary? You know what I'm saying? Like there are things that I did not want to do throughout my marriage. There are things I did not want to do inside business, but I knew in order for me to go to the next level, it's necessary. I don't want to stay in this comfortable place. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where weakness comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see Q with his traps, you see him with his muscle, like it's because he be in the gym, you know what I'm saying, lifting that weight. He be hitting that iron. It's a painful process, but the end results, the end reward, it's what's phenomenal. And I remember thinking like, I need to be more mentally disciplined. So because I hate running, I'm going to start running. So I got the best socks. I got the best shoes. I begin to run. I got the little app. I begin to track it. I begin to work on my speed. I begin to work on my breathing. The very thing I hated to do, but that made me a better businessman. It made me a better husband. You know what I'm saying? It made me a better speaker because I was being more disciplined. How you do anything.
It's how you do everything.
Just like that. And so I realized like, man, if I can zone out mentally and embrace the painful things, that's really going to help me. Like when we have our push-ups, bro, I every time I get down to them, I don't be loving like, 1, 2. I be like, I got these push-ups. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's what I got to do though. So it's like I embrace the hard thing. Yeah. And so that's why I felt like it would be valuable through the jokes and stuff for us to talk about what's those hard things we got to embrace. So Chris, I'm passing it back to you because you went to with the little weightlifting, but let's talk about some personal stuff. And if you need to, I can pull it out.
Where are you pulling from?
You feel me, man? She like, hold
This
on
why you
now.
don't tell family everything.
Hold on
Where
now.
are you pulling from?
You know what I'm saying? What angle, what approach you
angle
finna
we
take?
going?
You know what I'm
Just give me a
saying?
topic. Give me a
Like for
topic.
real, like embracing that pain. But if we know, all right, this is for a reason. Mike, you talk often, pain for purpose. So if I talk about the Navy SEALs, if I talk about the Special Ops, if I talk about SEAL Team 6, there are certain things that they voluntarily do, but they know the end result's going to make them powerful. They know the end result's going to help them execute their mission.
They trust the end result's going to make that.
Right.
Bro, there's a thing that they do. I think it's the Navy SEALs, bro, where they swim in the ocean for miles. Like they take them off boat. They take them for miles. I'm talking about sharks, all types of stuff. They said they've seen everything. They literally pick up people who are drowning. Like they have like a scuba team underneath them while they're swimming for people that start drowning, actually dying in the water, to rescue them and take them back. They still fail because they didn't survive it. But there's people there to catch them on the brink of death.
Right.
Like they're willing to risk their lives in training. And a lot of times we come back home, they got the nice outfits on, we hug them. Oh, welcome home. We thank you for all you do. But we don't understand the sacrifice that these people are putting into these situations. So while sometimes we say they know the end result, I believe they trust the end result because they're risking something not knowing if that end result is going to happen during that day. Because during that day, it feels like all hell's going to break loose.
Right.
On that day, it feels like they might die. It might all end without them ever acquiring what it is that they invested for. But they believe that it's worth it. And so they keep coming. And then it comes to pass as a result.
Right.
Because what happens is this, people say like, what if I go my hardest and I die? And it's like, what if you go your hardest and you don't? You're dying right now.
Right.
That's why when pain for purpose, I say it hurts to stop. That's the pain of regret. It hurts to keep going, powering through. Choose your pain wisely. Pain don't leave.
That need to be a t-shirt, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, it is on the t-shirt. I got it on my t-shirt.
Let me see that. We need to rebrand. Maybe it wasn't hitting hard enough. I like that.
He said, maybe it wasn't hitting hard enough.
Yeah, but how you said
It's
it.
very small market, y'all. It ain't next level yet, okay?
I just don't remember seeing it.
Hold on,
You know what I'm saying? No.
Boutique.
But what you're saying, you're saying makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just feel like most people, maybe not most people, but there are a large group of people that are not where they want to be because they don't want to embrace the pain.
Yep.
And for some people, the pain might be going back to school. The pain might be to humble yourself. I know you're 42 or I know you're 27 and you might not want to be in class with a bunch of 19-year-olds, but like, yo, embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else, it might be marriage counseling.
Yep.
I talked to a few of my homeboys. I'm like, man, I know your wives are wrong. I'm telling them they wrong too, but they don't want to be held accountable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They feel like they got all the answers. And I'm like, well, until somebody can tell you that your stuff stinks, then you're not going to never grow. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to be willing to embrace that pain, like that discipline. It's a discipline there. I think the bigger thing we talk about here is discipline. When Toby was like, yo, bro, let's go running. I'm like, bro, I hate running. He's like, me too. That's why I run. He said it just like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you really being disciplined. You're moving your feelings out of it. You're moving the emotions out of it. You know what I'm saying? And you're focused on the end results. He's like, I don't want to run right now, but I want to be able to run across that stage. Bro, I seen my man perform live for almost 3 hours.
That's crazy.
I'm thinking like 3 hours. Like I missed the end. He performed for over 3 hours. I'm like, live, bro. You sitting here singing and rapping these songs and going back and forth and bringing your family out and keep the energy from the crowd. He was like, I don't like to run, you know what I'm saying, but I like to run on stage. I don't want to be doing these laps back and forth across the pool, but I want to be able to do them laps back and forth on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like being out here sweating, but that's going to be a good sweat when I'm performing in front of 5,000 people. It's a difference there.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like in order for us to go to that next level, we got to be willing to embrace it. And I feel like sometimes we run from it. And let me say for me, it was a time in my life when I was running to it. But I do feel like, man, there have been some seasons, shoot, I'm going to start running again. Damn, pissed. Can we cut this part out? You better not cut this part out.
Yeah.
I had to catch myself real quick because I was almost average for a minute. I'm going to start running.
Dang.
Shoot.
And I'm going to start walking.
And my knees,
You wait. You can walk every day.
my knees.
My knees are jacked.
Oh.
And that's the thing that's about it. I don't want to walk because in my mind, I'm still an athlete. But my body's like, Mike, no, you're not. You're not.
You can only walk for so long though, bro.
But listen to me. I'm talking about walking is it still gets the job done for where I'm at this point in my life. But it's a humbling fact. It's harder for me to walk now than it is for me to run. So mentally, I'd rather go through the hurt of running than walking. But if I do run, I will hurt myself and I won't be able to work out for a week and a half, 2 weeks, because my knee won't work.
Oh yeah, you know,
I have to take off the less pressure because I weigh more than what I'm used to. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying, walking for me is almost more embarrassing than actually running, because it's just like, bro, like I want to be active again, but my body's just like, let's just walk a few pounds down, and then once your body has less pounds to run on, your knee has less pressure, then you can start running again. The logic. Okay. That's all I'm saying. But that that was taught to me. Yeah. I kept running. I kept hurting myself.
But as long as you do something, though.
But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. You start walking for a couple weeks.
But I'm saying that's my pain. My pain is the discomfort of realizing that I'm not where I used to be.
It's a double pain then.
That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the physical pain. I'm talking about the mental hurt I have to get off of actually walking. Like I want my progress now. I know how to get rid of weight if I have the opportunity. But my body's like, you don't have that luxury no more. You've gotten to a point now where you need to walk something off before you need to walk before you can run. You got to crawl before you can walk. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do knee push-ups before you can do full push-ups. Right. Some people need the little machine when you put your knees on it when you do the pull-ups. I definitely need that. Before you do the regular. You use that? My push strength is strong. My pull game is weak.
Yeah, it's okay. And you haven't had much you haven't had a lot of experience there. But when you go to LA Fitness and you get down on your knees and you do a little pull-up joint. Why would you do that? Bro, because they have the bench.
This is him.
For the people that don't have the upper body strength, they have the little thing that you put your knees on and you pull yourself and it has to weight. Right, that's what I'm saying. Right. But eventually, you're going to get to a point where you don't have to do that.
You think so?
When you can do 2 or 3. I know so. It's just a matter of you getting that upper body strength right.
I can't wait to get that.
And then you're able to do 5, then you're able to do 20. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait for my pull-up game to be strong.
Yeah, it's going to come, bro. It's only a matter of time. But here's my thing, man.
Pull up.
Before we wrap this thing up, because you're ignorant, right?
No, that's Sean.
It's okay.
Shout out to my nephew. Y'all, he does a sound. Y'all don't see him on camera, but he's here.
The young bull is brilliant too, by the way.
That's my guy.
You better teach my nephews about how to trade stocks. All right, so let me just say this here, man. Right.
He ready.
Yeah. So I guess for me and from you, Mike and Chris, I think we all should really explore, especially getting ready to move into the new year, right? I think we should all explore what are those hard things that we got to do. Q, anything you can think of specifically that you feel like the hard thing that you should do that you've been running from?
Don't look at me. Let me hear what you about to say. And you better look at me first if you about to say the wrong thing. There we go. That's my guy. There he said, call me back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but no, I think all of us, you too, Ashawn, you know what I'm saying? Like I think we all should explore, okay, what does it look like for us to grow in the future? Like what things do we got to do to make some pivots, to make some tweaks so that we can become the best version of ourselves? What do we have to embrace? What hardships do we have to voluntarily endure so that we can go to the next level? What areas do we got to be more disciplined in? What areas are we weak in that we need to be strengthened in? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that guy that has a decent figure from the waist up, but I got them little stick legs.
Boy,
you feel me? Like, I don't want to be that guy. I've seen some guys in the gym that's like, from waist up, they sculpted, but they got little legs.
Bro, they walk out that pool and it look like they walk by faith. Like, I've seen those.
No. I done had some guys, I'm thinking like, bro, if I had to square up with you, I'm just going to dodge one. I'm just going to break your kneecap.
Walk around looking like capital
You know what
Y.
I'm saying? And your leg going to just fold. But so here's my recap, y'all.
My bad.
It's okay. We're going to explore. Here's my homework assignment. And you know what, May? I think would be beautiful in our community. Maybe we start giving them assignments. If y'all are listening to this on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, you can do this.
Yeah,
if you're listening in listening world, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can write a review, but I don't think you're able to necessarily comment. You can't comment to a podcast on like iTunes or Apple Podcasts.
Can I?
You can leave a review.
Episode?
You can leave a review, but you
Apple
can't.
Podcasts, they can comment.
Just jump on. No, you can leave a review. Just jump onto YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
And leave us a comment.
Where we do the comments.
Leave us a comment and just tell us some areas like that you can grow in, some areas that you can work on, maybe some areas that you've been running from. We've shared some of ours. Yeah. But I would like to hear that.
Crystal, we got to be intentional. Hold me accountable. I want to jump in the comments with them and exchange with them when this episode drops.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay.
He's about to
No, I mean, I do think that I need to go deeper at some point, but I don't necessarily know that all of my thoughts are gathered right now to
So
go
we're going to help you.
deeper.
Throw it out there real quick.
Yeah, let's talk.
I mean, I think more so.
You're editing yourself. Just say it. They want that raw.
I think my
uncut.
challenge is going to be with relationship. Because it's easy to not be selfish when it comes to helping people outside of your household sometimes. And you can go and help the community and, pour into all these people. But then sometimes when you're home and you feel like, I'm just tired and I'm just burnt out, like I just want to just relax. I think it's important to not forget that the people in your household are the ones that are holding you down. And so I think my next level is like realizing, okay, this is where I need to pour in too, just as much as I'm pouring in on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, that's going to be something because I mean, I will need to stop and really assess like what am I doing versus what it is that this person needs,
Right.
So.
Yeah. I like that. I find myself telling a lot of teachers, don't give your school your best and your family the rest.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's what they do. When I meet these teachers of the years, I'm like, are you teacher of the year? She comes early. She leaves late. She does this. She does that. I'm like, how your husband feel about it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How your kids feel?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about like having a better balance.
Yeah. And I know it's not necessarily something that he might, I don't know. But I think that for me, just knowing how much I give of myself in every other situation and how really when you do go home, you just kind of don't have anything left. I think it's important to realize that in both situations because he's also always gone and always traveling and stuff. So I think we have to realize that for each other and if we want to, build a more solid next level foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rich. That's rich. So look, man, y'all heard it from Mike. You heard it from Crystal.
Yeah.
You heard it from me. Whatever it is you got to do, whatever adjustments you got to make, let's be willing to make it so we can win. Because what we don't need no more soft. We need folks that's strong. We need people that's locked in. You know what I'm saying? We need people that's got that grit. In order for that next level to come to you, you're going to have to be willing to make some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? So that you can get everything you're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be a cakewalk and it is going to be hard and complicated. But when you do those hard things, like that's what sets you up.
Yeah.
So I'm telling y'all right now, like I'm really going to be searching, seeing, okay, what do I got to do to go to the next level? For some of y'all, it might be relationships. For some of y'all, it might be counseling. For some of y'all, maybe you got some addictions or some things that you've been doing that's not healthy to you. Like whatever that is, you got to lean in. Like do that hard thing. For some of y'all, it might need to humble yourself and apologize. It might need to get out of unhealthy relationships. It might need to go back to school to finish that book. Like whatever it is you've been running from, it's time now to run to it and address it. You know what I'm saying? And handle your business so you can get to that next level.
What's up, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Now it's time to get the merch. Go to shopnextlevel.co. In the promo code, put podcast and get you 20% off. All right, see you next week.
I'm on another level.